Hello people, welcome to IWPC 316 here on YouTube. Well, it is that time of the year again. It is the granddaddy of all, the showcase of the immortals. It is the Vince McMahon's greatest creation ever. Brian, what
time? The season finale of Walking Dead? I don't know how that became Vince's creation.
Well, if you're going to go down, we can just say Vince Gilligan and Breaking Bad. Hi-yo!
That'll work. I have no idea what you're talking about, but that'll work.
Yes, people, welcome to our preview of Breaking Bad Season 5, Part 2.
No. We're not talking about Breaking Bad because I don't watch the show. I have no need to be here then.
Alright, you know what time it is, people, and I'm just going to go on record as saying...
It's time to discuss the return of Alex on Wizard of Waverly Place. Alex versus Alex.
Dude, seriously, we would be brought up some bad stuff for talking about kids' television shows. Why do you think they don't make fun?
It's better than the road to WrestleMania.
What road to WrestleMania? The road to WrestleMania has been so bumpy, fucking contract workers won't even touch it.
Hi-yo. Oh, we already made a hi-yo joke. Oh, well.
Yeah. You can't make two hi-yo joke in the same show. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, I'm sure there'll be a third later on.
Hi-yo!
Thank you. Anyway, let's get on to WrestleMania so we can get off of WrestleMania.
Yeah. Well, that's what pretty much Linda says about Vince every night.
Oh, hi-yo. All right, that's the last one.
That's not going to be the last one, is it?
That's what she said.
Hi-yo! Okay, let's actually be serious. And let's look at WWE's interactive pre-show as the Intercontinental title will be on the line between The Miz and Wayne Barrett. I'm actually a bit upset that this is not going to be on the pay-per-view because I think these two guys have had a good rivalry over the last couple of weeks and months, Brian. And it's just a bit upsetting that these are not on the actual card.
So far, there's only 2 title matches on the actual card.
3.
3.
Yeah.
There's no U.S. title match.
The tag.
That's 1.
And the WWE.
That's 2.
And
the world. I forgot about the world title, just like most of the people that book WWE.
But we can get into the actual show in a minute, but I just want to get your opinions on The Miz and Wayne Barrett. Now, we can go on about the tons of fun and all that stuff, and we will bring that up later, people, don't worry. We will bash the shit out of that. But right now, if you're The Miz and Wayne Barrett, are you upset by this snub?
Are they still going to get paid?
Would that really matter? If you're performing the whole year, and let's face it, The Miz and Wayne Barrett haven't had a bad year. Wayne Barrett has been good as the IC champion, and The Miz has actually improved his character a small bit. And the matches these two have had have been entertaining matches. So yet again, I ask the question, would you be upset if you were The Miz and Wayne Barrett with this WrestleMania snub? You can go on all you want about pre-shows. It's still not WrestleMania.
Well, they're wrestling in the WrestleMania arena on WrestleMania Day. They're going to be on the DVD.
When people are going to be falling into the arena. That's pretty much what happens during the pre-match. Go back and watch it on the DVDs. Go back and watch last year's pre-show. During the pre-show match, it's just people coming into the arena.
Well, you're still getting on the DVD. You're still getting paid, and you're still wrestling. So, and you're going to be seen by more people because not everybody is going to fork out $70 for WrestleMania.
Yeah, but WrestleMania would at least have 1 million buys, where the pre-shows are lucky to get 30,000 people.
I don't know. I'm not upset about it.
Now, before we get into the actual WrestleMania card, WWE released a very interesting thing this week, saying that this year we're going to have the first ever post-show WrestleMania since WrestleMania 2000. Why are they doing a post-show? The only reason I can really think of them doing a post-show if they are planning to do something absolutely shocking.
Yeah. Speaking of shocking, WWE on Monday Night Raw. I'm going to go back to this. announced Vince McMahon had joined Twitter. Didn't he join Twitter like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, but he never sent out a tweet.
But still, he joined Twitter like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
right?
but you know WWE's logic.
What logic? Are you? Okay, really, that's the last one.
But, like, I just don't get a post show. I really don't. Like, in my opinion, they're really trying to make WWE into, WrestleMania into a Super Bowl kind of event.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised that the pre-show is not on the USA Network. I actually am surprised by that.
I miss those shows. On like Free for Brawl.
Free for All. Brawl for All.
Yeah, there used to be it was Free for Brawl. They used to have it on the TV Guide channel at like the top when it was scrolling whatever channels, whatever show was going on. At the top they had like 30 minutes of wrestling. And it was a little square box and it was like the pre-show. That was fun. And then they moved to Sunday Night Heat.
Yeah, Sunday Night Heat was actually okay on pay-per-view nights, in fairness, because they used to get you a bit amped up for the pay-per-views. One of the biggest problems with the pay-per-views, and I don't care what everyone says, you just don't get the same feeling watching it on a computer screen as you do on watching it on your television.
That's why I hooked my computer to my television.
Not everybody does that. I just think if you're going to go all out for WrestleMania, why not put the pre-show on the channel that you're showing the pay-per-view, or even...
They do that. They do that. It's hosted by Scott Stafford. They preview everything.
The actual pre-show. The actual pre-show.
Well, normally Scott Stafford has a thing on the pay-per-view channel here in the States on DirecTV, previewing the night, interviewing superstars and stuff like that. They just don't show the YouTube exclusive match. That's the only thing they don't show.
No, surprisingly enough, this pre-show is going to be an hour. There's only one match announced. So I see a battle royal happening here. Do you? Well,
let's see. The CM Punk Undertaker vignettes that'll run about 15 minutes. Rock Cena, that's 20 minutes.
No, they're just going to run the promos they're going to show later that night.
Yeah. So that's 15 minutes for Cena, or 15 minutes for Punk Taker, about 25 minutes for Rock Cena. I'm doing math in my head, so that's 40 minutes right there.
It's not going to be that long. It's going to be 3 to 5 minutes. They're just going to show the promos that they're going to show later that night. They're not going to show exactly what happened week by week. I'd be very surprised if they do.
Why not? Sorry about the wind rushing. I had to throw my cigarette out.
Okay, prediction time, pre-show, Wayne Barrett versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. Who wins, who loses, Brian?
I see Wade Barrett retaining. So, because Miz will win it on Raw the following night.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go for The Miz. I think they're going to give a face the championship on the pre-show.
Awful. Not probable, but it's awful. But yeah, I do see a battle royal because there's a lot of people not on this card. There's a lot of I'm not even booked guys. Zack Ryder, like him or hate him.
It's his hometown.
Yeah, it's his hometown, and the dude's got to get paid. So for WrestleMania, because if you don't show up on the card, you don't get paid. But you got JTG's from the New York area. Zack Ryder, Yoshitatsu, Great Khali is doing anything. Prime-time players.
Three-man
the Primo and Epico. You got Natalia Neidhart, who's not doing anything. She can escort Khali down. So Hornswoggle, Hornswoggle's got to get paid. Yeah. Although I'm sure there'll be a stupid backstage vignette with Hornswoggle during the night. Maybe he'll impregnate Mae Young.
Yeah, there's actually talks that the Leprechaun trailer might air during WrestleMania. I'm sure everyone can wait for that.
I'm actually looking forward to the Leprechaun movie.
If there is a battle royal, this is an if. If there is a battle royal, take a stab in the dark. Who do you see winning it? This is not official, but if there is, take a stab in the dark. Who do you say will win it?
Darren Young. That way we can get more Pancake Patterson jokes. Sorry.
Brian's blowing the horn for pancakes.
No, there was a bunch of buzzards in the middle of the road. I'm literally in the middle of hillbilly hell.
Yeah,
if you hear banjos during this podcast, please disconnect and call me or call the police.
If there is a battle royal, I see Zack Ryder winning it. It's a Nolan battle royal. It's his hometown. They're just going to do that for the pop. Okay, let's get into the official WrestleMania show. And let's not start with the bottle in the bar. Let's start with a match that is very intriguing to me. It is Fandango versus Chris Jericho. Now, we have said in the Raw review show that we both hope Fandango shuts up a lot of people because, Brian, people are knocking this guy before he's even done anything.
Yeah, we've seen the guy wrestle. He can wrestle, folks. Kurt Hawkins can wrestle. We've seen it.
Yeah. That's the thing, like, everyone is just judging him straight away. The chance to be is you don't wrestle. Not you can't wrestle. If it's you don't wrestle, it makes sense. It was just one thing that started that night, then really I see that chant happening at WrestleMania. I do see that happening. And I hope the crowd, because New York crowds are great and all that, and you're going to have a lot of people from Philly and a lot of international people. I hope they give this match a chance. I hope this match is just not shit on the second it starts.
Yeah, well, supposedly it's getting 10 minutes with entrances.
Yeah, but even that, like, in the first 3 or 4 minutes, if the match is getting shit on, it's going to be hard. Like, this match has to start at a blistering pace. They cannot start this match with a headlock, and then with a takedown, and then with a bear hug, and then with an ankle lock, and then with... This match has to start fast.
Yeah, but the only issue with it is going to be... I'm having ADD flare up today. I forgot my Ritalin. You know they're going to pander that Fandango doesn't want to lock up, and he's got to do his thing where they're not announcing him right, and blah, blah, blah. That's why Fandango needs his own personal ring announcer.
I'll be honest with you. If it was any other pay-per-view or any other stage, because he's done it for so long, I would say, yeah, that is the perfect way to do it. But you're on a WrestleMania stage here. A lot of eyes are going to be on you. Fandango just needs to get into the action like that. Straight away, no bullshit. Get in and have a fast-paced 2 to 3 minutes and get the crowd into the match. Because if the crowd starts shitting on this match, the crowd will not change midway through the match. I don't care if Fandango climbs to the top of the setting and jumps off it with his leg move. The crowd will not change their mind.
Yeah.
So who do you see going over between Fandango and Chris Jericho?
It's Dongo. Dongo. Fandango. Jericho will do the job, dude. He's there to put Fandango over, so.
I think Chris Jericho will win it. Because I think you get more out of Jericho winning it. Because... Yeah. No, the reason I say that is because if Fandango beats Chris Jericho in his first match, everyone is just going to start shilling automatically on him. But if you let Chris Jericho win and let it be a good match, then Fandango will get more respect than if he wins. Because if he wins, everyone's just going to be like, he just walks in the door and he beats Chris Jericho at WrestleMania? Fuck that. This guy sucks.
Yeah. Just like Dolph Ziggler. He shouldn't have retired Chris Jericho. I don't care if Jericho is going off to make a studio album.
How dare Jericho come back and work house shows? He's taking a house show spot off Kofi Kingston.
What happened to Kofi Kingston?
I think he's injured.
He needs to be on a milk carton somewhere.
Probably is. Ryback, Mark Henry. Two beasts coming at each other, and in my opinion, the reason that this match is not getting the excitement that it should is because Ryback already reached the main event level. If Ryback was just with mid-carders and all that, and no was having the match with Mark Henry, it would make a lot of sense because then this is his final step towards the main event level. But to actually be in the main event level and now come down here, it does kind of seem like a step down for Ryback.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a fan of Mark Henry. He's a past world champion, I know all that. But it still seems like Ryback, someone that had the year that he had, should be doing a small bit more at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to this match a lot.
I am too.
I don't know why. I don't know why, though. That's
because
the thing.
They kept them apart. Because they kept them apart.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to this match.
You know,
I normally don't give a shit about Mark Henry. He's a punchline to me most of the time. But I'm actually looking forward to Mark Henry Ryback, which is kind of scaring me.
The reason that is that unlike a lot of the WrestleMania matches, is that these guys haven't had much interaction over the last couple of years together, and it's the first time they're ever going to lock horns.
Yeah.
Like, look at any other WrestleMania match. Okay, you can make an exception for the World Heavyweight match, but a lot of the other WrestleMania matches, there's been a lot of interaction with the guys over the last 2 to 3 years, but with Ryback and Mark Henry, this is absolutely fresh.
Yeah.
And it's something completely different, and you can't predict what the hell is going to happen, and that is what makes a good match, when you cannot predict what's going to happen.
Yeah. Just a little disappointed we're not getting 3-6 Mafia performing Mark Henry's theme song.
Yeah, we will get to P. Diddy in a minute. We will get to that.
I don't want to get to P. Diddy. I just wanted some 3-6 Mafia because they're hometown heroes to me.
Yeah, somebody's going to get their B kicked. Somebody's going to get their B kicked. They'd be like Road Dogg. They have to bleep their own lyrics.
Yeah.
Here's the question. Why can't Road Dogg say ass, but Rock can say son of a bitch? And Rock's still on a SmackDown, so they have perfect chance to edit it.
Because it's Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Motherfucker. Brian, Mark Henry, Ryback, which of these beasts goes over?
Ryback. He has to win by pay-per-view sometime. And I think that's a perfect setup to go after Cena, who I'm going to predict wins the WWE title.
Yeah,
because Ryback was thrown out by John Cena.
I see Ryback winning as well. The first match we actually agree on, and I see him winning with that shell shock at the end and the big awe that he actually lifts Mark Henry up. I think that's what they're gearing to, that shock moment when he lifts Mark Henry up.
Yeah, even though we've seen him do it to Colleen.
Yeah.
But it's and Big Show. Big Show.
But it's like with John Cena Attitude Adjusters, the Big Show. He did it 100 times before, but it's always a huge deal when he does it.
Well, like him or not, the dude is picking up a 500-pound guy on his shoulders. I don't know many NFL athletes that can 500-pound deadlift.
I never disagree with Cena's strengths. I'm just saying that it always pisses me off about how shocked the guys are that Cena's doing it. It's like, dude, he just did that a few months ago.
Yeah. It's like, I can't believe Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre. No, he scoop slammed Andre because Andre jumped.
Yeah.
And it's not like he press slammed Andre the Giant. Now, that would be impressive. Although it would be kind of easy now that he's in an urn. Oh, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, and don't bring that up because people might think you're being disrespectful.
That dude's been dead for over 25 years.
Yeah, but people will still get upset.
I don't care about people.
It's like people
I'm a hot ball.
It's like people that have been bitching and moaning about Paul Heyman, but last night found it very ironic that they can make fun of Owen Hart's death.
Yeah.
It's like the same people have been mouthing off about, and it's nobody on this site because I know someone on this site.
Oh no, it is somebody on this site.
It's not that person. It is not that person in particular. It is wrestling sites, including Lord of Pains and another one, or Two Angry Marks is another one, that for weeks have been going on about Paul Heyman and CM Punk, and yet last night found it very ironic that, okay, we can make fun of Owen Hart. No. So in other words, it's okay to make fun
no, I'm not. I am not. Hold on.
It's okay to make fun of dead once enough time passes. That's bullshit. Either it is okay or it isn't okay.
I would like to make a retraction. I have not seen anything on Angry Marks about making fun of Owen Hart. PBJ is not that crass, and he's actually a good friend of mine.
No, it's on the message boards. It's not by the sites. It's on the message boards and the trends.
Oh, okay. Well, those guys are idiots.
Yeah.
But I just want to clarify. Angry Marks has helped this podcast out a lot. Stevie J is a good friend of mine. And there's no way Stevie would do something like that. So
no, I meant to say that it was the message boards and the trends. It's not the official sites, because the official sites can't actually come out with their opinion. They just give you the news. Yeah. Like, you would never see someone that writes a report in on Angry Marks, E-Wrestling News, the Pro Wrestling Report, the Pro Wrestling Sun, Lord of Paints, or anything like that. When they write a report or news, they just write the news/report. They hardly ever give their opinions. I'm talking about idiots. That's because Lords of Pain just copies and pastes directly from Figure 4 Weekly online. So. But what really pisses me off is people with the comments and people on the trends and on the posts and on the blogs for the last 3 weeks saying that CM Punk is a disgrace, WWE is a disgrace, and yet last night, let's make fun of Owen Hart. Listen, it doesn't care if 1 minute passed or 100 years passed. If you think it's not okay to make fun of Paul Bear, then it should not be okay to make fun of Owen Hart. Either it is okay or it isn't okay.
Yeah, and you're not going to call out names. There is one person I know has been very adamant that it's disrespectful and they're making a dime and blah, blah, blah. I saw you making fun of Owen Hart yesterday, so hypocrisy does not look good on you, my friend. I'll just put it to you that way.
And yes,
you know who you are.
I did make fun of Owen Hart's death last night. I did. But I made fun
I did too. I did too. I said, I think my exact comment was Owen Hart, they were going to have, what was it, Zack Ryder jump into a frozen pool wearing a blue blazer mask while Brett and Fandango gave him 4 out of 10. That was my comment. So.
My thing about it, unless it's done, like, I'm not one of these people that go around and I will make fun of the shootings in December in the school. I'm not that kind of person. But if I see the funny side of a situation like that, then I'm sorry, I'm going to use it.
Yeah, I hate Monday.
As the old saying goes, either in comedy or anything that's funny, either everything's okay or nothing's okay. Because if you think one thing is offensive, then by contrast, everything's offensive. No matter what you can ever say is offensive to somebody.
I find you offensive for finding me offensive.
That's it.
Marshall Mathers.
But do you find Tons of Fun and the Funkadelas versus the Bella Twins and Team Rhodes Scholars offensive?
No.
Do you find it an absolute crazy decision to put this on your WrestleMania card?
No.
Well, I guess we need a piss break, don't we?
Yeah, Damian Sandow and Cody Rhodes are deserving of a WrestleMania spot. And they're deserving of a win, so maybe this will be what we need to get Shinzai back over as a heel. Maybe he turns on Brodus Clay and joins up as like an enforcer for Rhodes Scholars.
Yeah, see, what was probably happening was that in Tensei's contract, there was probably a stipulation saying that he gets on WrestleMania the next year, and they tried everything to force him out of the company with this stuff with Brodus Clay.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like all the crap they used to pull on Mark Henry and get him to quit.
And the Big Show.
And the Big Show.
They do it to a lot of people. Like, if they want, they would just give you the most demeaning thing. Like, they did it with Mickie James.
Yeah, Mickie James.
Yeah. I think Mickie James is only one of the few that actually did.
Yeah, well, her contract ended, so.
No, I think she quit.
No, her contract ended. She would have been in limbo for 2-3 years before she could have gone to TNA. Because you have to be either released by the company, a.k.a. fired, and then wait 90 days, or you have to let your contract run out to go to TNA. You can't just say, I quit, and then go to TNA.
But you can say, I quit and end up on WWE, a.k.a. Christian.
Yeah.
Who do you see winning this 8-person tag match?
Don't really care.
If
Rhodes Scholars. That's who I want to win. So, if I want them to win, it'll probably be the Fatbacks over Rhodes Scholars, just so they can have that dance off at the in.
Yeah, I think tons of fun, and then the Funkadelis are going to win. Pretty much this match is going to last around 5 minutes. This match is just going to be every single one of them hitting their big moves, and then just someone coming in for the pin.
And for the record, if I see Brodus Clay's mama, I will turn WrestleMania off. I won't even stick around for the remainder of the card. I don't want to see Brodus Clay's mama again, because that still pisses me off from last year.
Oh, yeah.
Where Daniel Bryan and Sheamus got 18 seconds, and, Brodus Clay's mama's got, 15 minutes. It may not have been 15 minutes, but it sure as hell felt like it.
Well, you bring it up. What followed Brodus Clay's mother was the once-in-a-lifetime match, and a lot of people, including myself, thought we were going to get a rematch this year on WrestleMania. Unfortunately, we were correct. It is John Cena versus The Rock 2. Brian, I made a statement at the start of this storyline that this is just your media-grabbing match. Should wrestling fans just see it as that? As, look, this is the match that's going to get you the traction. Why complain so much about it?
Because there's a friggin' title on the line.
Yeah. Do you think that's the biggest issue with people? Because I'm only speaking for myself. That's the thing I find the issue with. That in the promo from The Rock 3 weeks ago saying that him and Thing are the biggest stars ever.
I'm sorry, there's a championship on the line. I'm not going to be brainwashed by Vince. There's a championship that says you're the best in the company. You're the best wrestler they have. And, Rock has been on Raw twice since he's won the belt. When a guy like CM Punk was at every Raw, every house show, hell, worked half the SmackDown tapings last year when Orton got hurt.
Yeah.
So, CM Punk should be in the WWE title match at WrestleMania against The Undertaker. The title that meant everything to CM Punk versus the title that means everything to Undertaker.
Yeah, but see, Brian, that makes sense.
Yeah, but then you would still have people, well, Taker only wrestles once a year. The guy's been with the company for 27 years. He deserves the ability to come in and wrestle once a year.
His body through. Well, you cannot make the same excuses for Undertaker as The Rock. The Rock left for greener pastures. The Undertaker only wrestles once a year because he can only wrestle once a year.
Yeah.
He's 40.
And there's nothing for Rock, and there's nothing for Taker to do. I mean, what's he going to start doing? Jobbing out to everybody? That's the one gimmick you don't job out.
Yeah.
You leave it creepy until he retires.
Here's a question I got to ask, and someone as me, I was a Rock fan. Now, I got to ask this. Would you rather that The Rock put movies on hold for 6 months and do one final run with WWE and then call it quits? Just one run, and when he goes to house shows, he goes on international tours, and he just has one straight 6-month run up to WrestleMania 30? Or do you actually prefer what he's doing now, just coming back every WrestleMania? Me personally, I like to see him just have one more run and then just call it quits.
I want to see him disappear for another 10 years.
No, but if you had to pick between them two, if you like to see him just have one more run, or do you like what he's doing now, coming back every single WrestleMania?
If it was guaranteed it was only going to be one more run, then yeah. Because I'm tired of one more run. So.
Yeah, because honestly, when you used to do WrestleMania, you used to bring back one star every year. It used to be acceptable because then you could just say, oh, so that's only one person taking up one match. But now, out of the 6 guys in your main event matches, you have 4 of them that are part-timers.
Yep.
No disrespect to The Undertaker. The Undertaker's one person I will defend to the end. But the other 3 are well capable of showing up and wrestling 5 or 6 months out of the 12.
Triple H is already there.
Yeah. Like, why can't Triple H be the general manager of Raw?
Yeah. Pick him up on screen.
Granted, he'd be kicking everyone in the balls every week, but like, at least he'd be, okay, this guy's actually making an effort.
Yeah. Put him on commentary.
Yeah, do something with him. He's a guy that can help people get over. Make him a manager. Let him do what Ric Flair did for him in Orton.
Yeah.
Like, here's the biggest problem that really pisses me off with Triple H, is that Triple H is now your top guy in the backstage with the wrestlers. He's a top agent. And WWE's gone as bad now as it was in 1997. And 1997 was the time that Shawn Michaels and Triple H famously went up with a sign saying, "Who books this crap?" Now, Triple H is supposed to be defending a company that has gone as bad as what he criticized back in 1997. Like, I know we made jokes about WWE has no logic, but where the fuck is your logic there, Brian?
Yeah. It's just...
Let's get back to Rock and Cena. Last year, this match got a buy because it was once in a lifetime. The adrenaline going into it. People had a more investment in it. Will they get a buy?
It did not get a buy for me.
You said it was a good match.
Yeah, when I went back and watched it a couple months later, when they did that special, I guess it was for SummerSlam?
No, it's the NBC special.
Yeah, when was that? Around SummerSlam or Survivor Series?
It's usually around September, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the question I got to ask you, Brian, is will this match get the same kind of buy off wrestling fans this year? Me personally, I don't think it will.
They got to bring it. And I love Roy. No homo. Talking about he cannot wait to see Rock in 40-degree weather for 25 minutes out there. It's a perfect example. They have it out now. Because it's going to go on last, so it's going to be the coldest time it's going to be during the show. So they already have it out for why the match sucks. So...
But yet again, I gotta say, is that last year's match, when I was there, I felt the intensity. I felt how special it was. When I went back and watched it, it was an average match. That match got a buy. I don't care what anyone says. That match was not as good as people make it out to be. It got a buy. Will it get a buy this year? I don't think it will. I think that this year, these two guys actually have to show up and put on a good match.
Yep, I'm still waiting on Rocky to put on a good match.
He put on a They put on a good match at the Royal Rumble. Come on, honestly.
Yeah, but I want like a 3 or 4 star classic for all the hype we've had to deal with this. And I don't think it'll get above 2 stars.
I give that match at the Royal Rumble 3.5 stars. I would.
Yeah, that's because of Punk. Punk carried Rock both matches.
Okay.
Dwayne was blown up in the first 5 minutes of the damn match. He kept looking for someone to say cut so he could go to his trailer. The Rock is in an incredible movie star appearance shape. He can't go in the ring. And you're going to give this guy 25 minutes to go out there in 40-degree weather? He's going to be sucking air for most of the match.
The only one. Like, there's a lot of full-time wrestlers that are going to find it hard in 40-degree heat. I mean, in weather. Not just him. There's a lot of people. Like, even look at the match we were just on about there, Ryback and Mark Henry. These are two big guys. They're going to find it hard. The Big Show's going to find it hard. Kane probably will find it hard.
They'll probably have big heaters set up, like those butane heaters that blow.
Yeah.
Well, they'll probably have that set up, to get it about 60 or 70 degrees in the ring. But, I mean... This has disaster written all over it. Yeah, it really does.
Can you see that happening? Can you see this match absolutely stinking? Because let's face it, this New York crowd, there's a big chance they will shit on this match.
Yeah, well, the big tell-all is going to be if they don't have those heaters, you're going to be able to see breath. And you're going to see, you may not be able to see Rock's chest coming in and out, but you're going to start seeing puffs of smoke. They look like, Native Americans, sending out smoke signals coming out of his mouth. Be interested to see if they digitally remove that on the DVD.
Yeah, and that is another big thing, is that WWE are using this as their media attraction match. Now, if this match does go on last, which we all think it will, if it's a bad match, and if the crowds are shitting on it, Brian, what kind of representation then is that of WrestleMania if the crowd shits on the match? Is it a reality check? Is it a reality quality check that WWE needs? Do they need to go to shit on this main event?
It could be. The major part of it is going to be whether or not they're able to edit it out or not over the live broadcast.
Okay, the big question, we have 2 more questions and then we're moving on from this match. The first question I got to ask you, if this match sucks, which as we're discussing, there's a good possibility it will, who gets the blame? You have Dwayne, the Golden Boy, the company against the Golden Goose, John Cena. Who gets the blame? You can't blame the referee.
They'll blame the weather. It's the perfect out. They will blame the weather.
All right, and not just who wins, but how do they win?
I see Cena going over, and I would love to see the heel turn. I saw a post the other day, and it was talking about the injustice of it all, with Rock coming in part-time and winning the belt, headlining WrestleMania, blah, blah, blah. I would love to see the Shield time with Cena.
Here's the question I got to ask you now, since you bring that up.
I'm still holding out for the Shield and Cena to align themselves.
With all the things now that you just brought up there about John Cena going heel, we've been talking about this for years. In your own opinion, is this the last great opportunity you have to turn John Cena heel?
As far as a great idea, or great chance, yes. I mean, you don't get bigger than the main event at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just go ahead and pull the trigger and do it.
Yeah, that'd be my opinion. But I'm after thinking that Cena would turn heel for the last couple of years. I see Cena going over cleanly. I see Rock doing something stupid like that. The Rock will go for the attitude adjustment, and Cena will reverse it in a play on last year. And I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I see Cena Rock 3 next year.
Yeah. You might get you can't see me 5-knuckle shuffle, and then just as the Rock's doing it, Cena puts him in the STF and passes the Rock out or something. But what I would love to see is the Shield come out, beat up the Rock, and Cena stands tall. You know, something like that, or something happens to the Rock earlier in the night, he gets hurt.
Well, I guess the way you could do that is that you could have the Shield come out and beat both of them up, and Cena still gets the cover, falls over to the Rock. Then you can have the bit of thing like that did the Shield do that on purpose and all that, like, because if you just have the heel turn, everyone's going to be like, well, I came out of nowhere.
Well, how about the Shield just attacks Rock in the back before the match, and the Rock comes out gallantly limping and blah, blah, blah. And then you have
that's the excuse for the breathing.
Yeah, and then you had the excuse for why the match was bad, because Rock was beat up earlier in the night. And, you know, it could be hinted at that Cena paid off the Shield to do it. I don't want to turn the Shield into paid vigilantes, but, you know, it works.
Since you bring up the Shield, we might as well bring up their 6-man tag versus the Big Show, Sheamus, and Randy Orton.
The Shield.
I've gone on record as saying the Shield have to win this match, and I stand by that. The Shield cannot lose to Paul White. It's as simple as that. It is that cut and dry for me. The Shield cannot lose to Paul White.
Yeah. If they're going to lose to anyone, I hope it's Sheamus. Because Sheamus always, you know, you can start building up now with Sheamus that he always, you know, pulls one out the clutch and wins one big in the middle, you know, when it matters the most at WrestleMania. You know, something like that.
That's just against Triple H.
But I want, the Shield has to lose eventually. I mean, it's the same thing with Ryback. The Shield has to lose a match eventually. Preferably I wouldn't want it to be at WrestleMania, but, you know, they have built the mega team to take down the Shield. If they lose, hey, they lost to a 7'4" guy.
No, I'm not giving it a boy. Paul White is not the sort to end the Shield. And I don't give a fuck if it's Randy Orton that pins him. I don't care if it's Randy Orton that pins him or Sheamus that pins him. Paul White is still part of that team.
What I'm saying, they have built a mega power team. You know,
so mega power team in Elimination Chamber. In fact, more so because you had John Cena and Ryback on it.
Yeah, but the Big Show is the big, you know, equalizer with Big Show and Sheamus, those two, and you got Randy Orton.
Yeah,
but I don't see the Shield losing. I don't see the Shield losing.
We got to talk about Randy Orton here because there's a big.
Do we have to?
Yeah, there's a big suspicion of a heel turn during this match. Do you see that happening?
He wants to go heel so bad, so it's possible.
Here's a question for you.
I don't want to see Randy Orton in charge of the Shield. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of the most. I don't want to see Randy Orton leading another faction. If it's going to be somebody in the back that's going to lead, I want it to be Triple H. And like you were saying earlier, using him as a manager. To have Triple H manage the Shield, it would explain how they get in and out of the building all the time, and, they got a friend in the back, and Triple H has done everything with NXT and everything like that. Don't make it Randy Orton. For the love of God, do not put Randy Orton in charge of the Shield. I don't want to see the Shield as Randy Orton's little bitch boy.
Yeah, and if they do, we will go to the papers. Yeah. You know what? I would accept Randy Orton in the Shield under one condition. Cena joins it as well, and we have a new era of the Mega Powers, if you can remember that.
Yeah. Well, I just made a Mega Powers reference, so of course I remember it. But I don't want to see Orton involved with the Shield in any way, because it's going to turn back into Evolution. Or not Evolution, Legacy. Where, it was a great idea until Randy Orton just used them for his own benefit to win the title.
No, it was a great idea. It was a great idea until Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes actually started to get over. And Randy Orton was just like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah, I saw this happen when I did it to Triple H. We're not going to have that.
Yeah, I'm going to bury you two at WrestleMania.
Yeah, so I do not want to see what it makes sense for Triple H to be in charge of the Shield too. It explains how the Shield gets in and out of the building and gets away with what they do without being suspended or fined or fired or whatever.
Yeah. Here's a question though I gotta ask you. March 30, 2008, the Citrus Bowl, WrestleMania 24. The last time, sorry, no, not that one, WrestleMania 25 from Texas. Was the last time Randy Orton was in what you would call a respectable WrestleMania match. 26, you had that triple threat match. 27, he shit on his own match with CM Punk, which I actually thought was a good match, but he shit on it himself. And then last year with Kane, and now he's in a 6-man tag. Is Randy Orton's days as a top namer at WrestleMania gone, Brian?
Yes, because they can't start building him up in January because he might fail a February drug test. He's hurt himself tremendously with the drug test failures.
Yeah. So do you think there'd be kind of situation that when Randy Orton goes for the belt, he's going to go between June and October?
Pretty much. Something that, hey, they have a quick turnaround to the next pay. Yeah, they have a quick turnaround to the next pay-per-view.
Who goes over, the Shield or the 3-man militia?
The 3-man militia, because they have built up a mega team. The only way you get out of that is a heel turn.
Yeah.
And if it's going to be anybody, let it be Sheamus.
Yeah, oh, Jesus. You know what it just dawned on? Imagine if it's Paul White.
Oh, wait, it's been 6 weeks. It's time for a Paul White heel turn.
I see the Shield going over. I think I'm hoping more than anything because personally I think that if the Shield lose to Paul White in any shape or form, it is too damaging to come back from.
Okay.
And if you don't believe me, ask Cody Rhodes. World Tag Team Championships are for grabs as Team Hell No, who I think we have to agree on this show, Brian, have had a fantastic year, take on Big E and Dolph Ziggler. I think this could be a good match.
I don't care.
I know you don't care, but you don't care because you're trying to impress one of our listeners because you know who's involved with this match outside of the ring.
I don't care.
Why don't you
about this? Because they have made Ziggler into a fucking joke.
Could you say the same thing about Daniel Bryan just before Daniel Bryan cashed in his Money in the Bank contract? Daniel Bryan was jobbing the people on Superstars 2 weeks before the TLC event.
Yeah, but I don't care.
And look what happened with Daniel Bryan.
I don't want Big E Langston to be a tag team champion. I I don't want Dolph Ziggler to be a tag team champion unless they do add Caitlyn and AJ and put all the belts on the line, and then, you know, lo and behold, they win the tag team belts, and then Ziggler cashes in later in the night. And, you know, when
power stable.
Yeah, I mean, they'll have the tag belts, the world title, and the women's title, which
and
means absolutely nothing.
You can have Big E chasing the Miz for the IC Championship.
Why not? So.
Who wins? Who loses?
Dr. Shelby.
I hope Shelby shows up. I actually do.
If you go to his IMDb webpage, he is listed for WrestleMania 29.
Yes! So, yes!
So, you heard it here first, kids. I looked it up the other day.
Who do you think will go over?
Probably Ziggler and Langston. Unless they're going to break those two up. Yeah,
I see Team Hell No going over because I think Ziggler is going to cash in soon enough.
Like I said, I want him to cash in as the tag team champs and the women's belt and just make a power stable.
Doom. And you can
bring up the fact that Langston has the NXT title or something. I think he's still the FCW champion down there.
When Doom hit last year, the night after WrestleMania 28, Brock Lesnar came out. The speculation already begun. Who will Lesnar face 1 year later at WrestleMania 29? Is it a disappointment that he's taken on Triple H yet again, Brian?
Pretty much.
Who I'd like to see him go into a match with?
Well, see, I don't mind him fighting Triple H. I just hate the retirement stipulation.
Yeah, it's bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah, because we know Triple H isn't going to retire, and if he does retire, he'll be back. I mean, and I don't understand why Michaels is involved now other than showing up 4 days before WrestleMania for a payday. So, sorry, Zack Ryder, we can't afford to pay you. Sean's going to be on the card.
Yeah. And we also have to bring in some... Oh, my... You know what I'm just after thinking? This WrestleMania is in New York. There's going to be a lot of celebrity cameos.
Yeah.
And something we didn't talk about Rock Cena. Let's go the whole way back to Rock Cena. Puff Daddy. I'm usually someone that just doesn't give a shit about things like this. But Puff Daddy... At least last year, Flo Young and that other guy, at least they were relevant in these days. When was the last time?
He's relevant in this. He sings the WrestleMania theme with Skylar.
But
that I'm coming home.
You know what I mean? Puff Daddy is not a megastar anymore.
He is in the New York area, though.
He's a dope that goes around with furry jackets and sunglasses that cost more than most people's houses.
You just described John Morrison and Joey Mercury.
What are you gonna do? I think, and the rumors coming out now that apparently Eminem is gonna sing on John Cena. Really?
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't see it. But like, if Puff Daddy is singing on The Rock, who's singing on Cena?
Cena.
I'm being actually honest. Who's going to sing?
It's time for the Doctor of Thugonomics. I'm sure they'll get somebody from the New York area.
Yeah, they've been inside some nightclub on Saturday night. That guy can sing, get him.
Yeah. Where's Wiz Khalifa? Wiz Khalifa, or whatever his name is. Let's bring him out.
Yeah, I actually got this idea of the night before WrestleMania at the Hall of Fame in Madison Square Garden. Vince McMahon and Bruno Sammartino finally having their face-to-face, and Vince turning around to Bruno. Listen, would you accompany John Cena to the ring tomorrow night?
I don't know. Let's move on, please.
Back to Brock versus Triple H. They had a match at SummerSlam, and I think we can all agree it stunk. Will this stink? Because what they tried to do at SummerSlam was wrong. They tried to have a wrestling match. This needs to be a fight.
Yeah. And they could get Taylor Swift to sing John Cena to the ring. That way Aaron Goins has to watch person. Yeah, it dawned on me. They get Taylor Swift to perform for John Cena. That way Aaron Goins has to tune into WrestleMania.
Vince McMahon would actually do that. An extra $70. But Vince, it cost you $200,000 to get her. Don't care, an extra boy.
Yeah. Carrie Underwood, maybe.
Who knows? Maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger will sing "Put the Cookie Down."
Maybe in a swerve, Aaron Goins does the theme song for Cena. It was me, Austin. It was me all along.
Why skipping?
Right. While skipping. Everyone likes to see a fat man bounce. Anyway.
You should know.
Yeah, I know. I'm a big guy myself.
So am I. And it's not
that's what she said.
Fat power.
That's what she said. Yeah, that's what she said.
No, she said that's very long.
Anyway, let's go.
Triple H, Brock Lesnar, SummerSlam, poor match. Brian, do you think these guys need to fight on Sunday?
I hope so. What's the stipulation other than it's a retirement match?
No holds barred.
No holds barred. Okay. Does that mean weapons too?
Yeah, but don't forget, it was no disqualification as well as SummerSlam, but it was yet again a very tame match. Yet again, I'm going to state this, that I think this match needs blood. I think any Brock Lesnar match needs blood because he is the so-called beast. He's an animal, no doubt about that. I think this match does need blood.
I think it needs blood and a black jumpy house for Triple H's entrance.
Yeah, Triple H's over the top entrances are always ridiculous. Remember last year when the camera actually stopped working there and Vince McMahon was like a dog that he was after spending $20 at Toys R Us?
Yeah, the Triple H entrance from last year, the only saving grace was the Metallica. Or was that the year before?
No, Metallica actually played when the cell was lower.
Yeah. Well, they had Metallica the year before with the guys that came out like Spartan Warriors from 300. So...
let's do something we haven't done for much of this thing. We've been just talking about the matches in general. The build-up for this, why did this need to go personal? Isn't there enough history between Triple H and Brock Lesnar? Like, he broke his fucking arm. Yeah. I don't think you need much more motivation than that.
Yeah. He broke his best friend's arm. He broke his arm.
Did they have to bring Stephanie and Vince into it?
To make sure Triple H fights the good fight or something. I don't know. Now, I heard a rumor that Paul Heyman was going to stay on post-WrestleMania, and there was a rumor that Heyman would turn on Lesnar and Triple H would give Raw to Heyman.
That is stupid. That would make no sense.
That's exactly why WWE will do it.
Paul Heyman, the character, like, you can kind of see it because they've been pretties in it for the last couple of weeks with Paul Heyman trying to control Brock Lesnar and he wasn't able to control him. Including holding his hand. Yeah, they need some way to write Brock Lesnar off TV. Maybe that's the way to do it, that he feels betrayed. And then that would set up... Then that would set up a match for Survivor Series between Brock and CM Punk, which is pretty much by every wrestling fan that is set in gold. Yeah, I can't wait to see Brock have to take it easy on CM Punk. Because one good hit from Brock to CM Punk, he's done. That would, I'll be honest with you, that would be an interesting match because Punk would not hold back either. And them two guys can make an arrangement. We take it easy on each other out there. If one of Punk's kicks goes wrong and he wallops Brock, Brock will hit fucking back. Brock is not one of these guys to think, oh, it's just inside the ring. If you hit Brock by accident, he won't give a shit. He will knock your ass out. He will Bob Holly your ass. He fucking will. And we've seen that. We've seen it at Extreme Rules when John Cena caught him. Brock caught him with an elbow. Yeah. You know, Brock has no problem fighting you. But do you have a problem fighting Brock? So. You know, Brock. And that's the thing, like, Triple H and Brock, let's just have 20 minutes of you two beating the shit out of each other. Yeah. You know, like, let's face it, you're not going to get a 5-star Mark Classic out of Brock Lesnar. Why not just have a fight? Yeah. All right. Who goes over? Triple H. I can't see him retiring.
The only other way I see it is if they are going to do the rumored Triple H.
You can do the thing that Brock Lesnar's going to win. You're still not going to see Triple H tiring.
Yeah, I still think we're going to get WrestleMania 30 HBK Triple H. When you brought that up, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I can see something like HBK super kicks Brock or something, and Triple H wins, and then HBK super kicks Triple H. Or something.
Or you could do a thing like that Shawn Michaels Super Kings Brock Lesnar. Triple H doesn't know it. He pins Brock, and then Triple H is pissed that everyone says that Shawn Michaels fought his battle for him.
Yeah.
Or that Shawn Michaels stole the spotlight, because let's face it, if they're going to do this match, Shawn will not be going heel. So you can do a thing that Triple H will go back heel for one more time, saying that, oh, Shawn, you always have to steal the spotlight. Personally, I see Triple H going over as well, because Triple H is not going to job to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Full stop. No.
He's already jobbed 2 WrestleManias in a row.
Here we go. This will not be the last match, because if Rock and Cena's not the last match, then Triple H and Brock will get the honors.
Sure.
But this is my main event, and I think
unless this is the last Undertaker WrestleMania.
Yeah, if you see this match going on last, then it is Undertaker's swan song.
Yeah.
For my opinion, it is the best match on the card. It's the most intriguing match on the card, and it's a match I cannot personally wait for as a wrestling fan. It is The Undertaker versus CM Punk. And all I can say, Brian, is that take away the build-up, take away the controversy, we could be in store here for an absolute classic.
Yeah. Go ahead and make the announcement.
No, I'm actually going to make that a separate podcast with that, because I want to actually...
No, we've been teasing it enough. Make the announcement.
What announcement?
The announcement.
Oh, yeah. People, my announcement is that after WrestleMania, I'm done with wrestling. And the reasons are plain and simple. Take the 3 biggest wrestling companies at the moment. All Ring of Honor are doing are bitching and moaning about the other 2 companies. But yet they got compensation off WWE and TNA numerous times and never reinvested the money. All TNA care about at the moment is just constantly trying to down WWE. Even going as far as this week on Twitter, most of their talent absolutely rubbish in WrestleMania. Why would you do that? And WWE are just gone shit. WWE has actually gone hard to watch. The last 3 weeks, I have not been making up anything I've said on the Raw review shows. It has gone shit to watch. So when CM Punk and The Undertaker was made, it got my interest up because, okay, you can go on about their breaking point match and their Hell in a Cell match and that storyline with Teddy Long. But we have a different CM Punk now. We have a CM Punk that's the best in the world. Back then, he was the snarly guy just creating the straight edge society. So it's a different character. And the build-up and the intrigue that I have for this match is something I haven't felt for a wrestling match in, I'd say, nearly 3 years. I really care about this match. So with that, I decided to get money, to get a loan, and to go over and make this WrestleMania not my wrestling swan song, but watching wrestling full time, I'm done. If Brian tells me there's a good match, I will check it out. If there's a good pay-per-view, I won't order it, but I will download it the next day. Fact of watching wrestling every single week, I'm done. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing younger guys getting buried. And everyone can keep bringing up about Dwayne and Brock Lesnar and all them. At least they bring some contribution to the company. It's people like Kane who doesn't bring anything. Like Big Show that doesn't bring anything. Or the complete negligence that WWE shows towards their fans. Saying they actually care about the WWE universe. Where for year on year, they completely ignored people that want to get pushed. And my final breaking point was when I was watching the 100 best moments of Raw, and I was really enjoying it. And 2 hours later, I watched Raw, and I was so bored. It was like, that's how good it used to be. You know what it's like? This is the way to explain it to Brian. Raw at the moment is like Scrub Season 9.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's the same stuff. It's mostly the same characters, but it's not the same show. It doesn't have the same passion and heart that it used to have, and that's wrestling now. Ring of Honor needs to get its own priorities straight. TNA need to focus on TNA and not bashing WWE. And WWE just need to get their head out of their arse. They're asking for fans to help with their Diva Search program. Why not ask fans to help them with their creative storylines? Some wrestling fans would love the opportunity to work with WWE for a month or two and help with storylines. But they'd rather hire someone that worked on Whitney. When I hear that they're hiring someone that worked on Whitney,
yeah.
But just to inform, the podcast will not die. In fact, I'm actually going to go into more entertainment stuff. I'm going to start with movie reviews and a trilogy/4 movies. I'm looking into probably doing Die Hard. That might be my first one. And I will be doing the top 10 list with Brian, but reviewing Raws, reviewing Impacts, reviewing pay-per-views. Yet again, if I watch a pay-per-view because I hear it's a good card, then I might come on the review show, but not every week.
Yeah, and we are bringing Roy Zambrano up to the big leagues full-time. He's going to be doing the TNA review shows with me, and I'm working on getting a Raw co-host. I'll probably get Roy to do that as well.
And just to confirm, yes, I will be doing next week's Raw review because I'm going to Raw, obviously, because there's no point in flying halfway around the world and not going to the Raw, especially when usually the Raws after WrestleMania you get a pretty good crowd.
So, there you have it. That's the big announcement.
So let's get back to the big match, The Undertaker versus CM Punk at WrestleMania. How excited are you? Because I've gone on record numerous times of how excited I am for this match. But what's your opinion of this match, Brian?
I'm actually looking forward to it. It's one of the few matches on the card I'm looking forward to. And I still don't know who's going to win.
WWE have played this clever. Because WWE, even as back as November, were leaking information saying that Undertaker was willing to give the streak to Punk. Now, whether that's WWE playing the internet, we don't know.
Yeah. The only issue is going to be the Paul Bearer death. I don't know. I want to see the streak broken. But Punk has already said, he's only got about 3 or 4 more years left and he's going to retire. So I don't want to see the streak to just go.
50.
Yeah, I don't want to see Punk lose, but I don't want to see Punk win either because there's nothing to do. The streak's done,
How good would the last 10 minutes of this match be? With the finishers, the kick-ups. How good would that 10 minutes be?
This is probably going to be match of the year. It'll definitely be match of the night, but it'll be probably match of the year when it's all said and done with.
JR's given this match a big build-up on his own blog. Now, even going back to last year's Hell in a Cell...
Fuck Jim Ross and his blog.
No, but even going back to last year, he didn't really give Hell in a Cell much of a build-up. Should JR call this match? Personally, I think he should.
Yeah, I see Jim Ross calling a bunch of matches on this card. So...
Even with JBL there?
Yeah, I think it'll be probably... I don't know. I don't think Josh Matthews calling any...
It might be JBL, Michael Cole, and Jerry the King Lawler for the first half, and then for the second half, JR might come out for the main event matches. Because Triple H will want him to call his match. Taker would definitely want him to call his match. In fact, that's one of the stipulations Taker had last year, that Jim Ross would call his match. And he had it at 27 as well. Undertaker had them clauses in his contract that Jim Ross calls his matches.
Yeah, just like Stone Cold does. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, Stone Cold doesn't wrestle anymore.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying Stone Cold has that in his contract too.
Well,
Jim Ross will call every single match.
Yeah, if Austin ever comes back, you can guarantee Jim Ross will be calling it. Even if it was on a Raw SmackDown, Jim Ross will be calling it.
Yeah.
But the last 10 minutes of this match, I think it's going to be brilliant. Match of the year. It has great potential to do that. This match has the capabilities of Shawn Michaels' Undertaker from 25. The one problem I have with this match is quite simple. If it lives up to the hype, if it lives up to how good it can be, who will follow it? Who could follow it? You will kill the rest of your card if this match lives up to the hype. If this match lives up to the hype, nothing will be able to follow it. If I was booking WWE for safety reasons, this will go on last. And what I mean by safety reasons is that Undertaker and Punk could steal the show. You could pull on Triple H and Brock next to it, and that could be a great match.
Yeah,
Rock,
they'll probably have this match, and then the tag team title match, and then Brock and Triple H, and then the Funkadelics match, and then Rock Cena.
Yeah. They probably would put the Daniel Bryan match straight away after this to get the crowd back up with the yes chants, because that will always lift the crowd.
Yeah, and then you'll have to have Del Rio and Swagger, which we didn't talk about, will open the show.
Yeah, I was actually thinking there's a match we forgot about. We will do a preview on that because it's only fair. But right now, Undertaker, CM Punk, is it going to be 21-0 or 20-1?
21-0. I just don't see him giving the streak to Punk.
Yeah, I'd be making a lot of jokes on Twitter and Facebook just to piss people off pretty much, and I do see going 21-0. I see Taker winning. I think that WWE have been just playing the internet well, saying that Taker's willing to give the streak. If Taker was willing to give the streak, that shit would have kept quiet. That would not have broken the way it did. That would have been done behind closed doors. That would have just been a phone call to Vince McMahon by Undertaker saying, listen, I want Phil Brooks to have the streak. Simple as. It would not have come out in the open like that. It would not have been discussed at meetings. There's no way Vince McMahon walked into a meeting without an agenda and said, oh yeah, Taker's willing to give the streak away.
Sure.
No, because it's only fair, and because me and Brian both have HD, we forgot about the World Heavyweight Championship match. But we're not going
to... in our defense, so did WWE.
Yeah, and honestly, we're not going to be like most podcasts. We're not going to glass over. I'm going to ask you, this match, could it actually be a good match? Because they can both go in the ring. And what happened with Del Rio this week with the Canaans, that brings a new element to it, because that was vicious on Monday night.
Yeah, the run sheet has it at 10 minutes, so I don't think it's going to be long enough to get good. Swagger. I think Ricardo is going to turn on Alberto Del Rio.
Why would he turn when Jack Swagger already has Seth Colin, and they have a pro-American storyline, and why would they bring a Mexican on with him?
I just see it coming. You know, when Ricardo walked back out Monday, that's when I was like, oh no, they're going to do something that Ricardo wants to become a legal citizen, and you know he wants to be an All-American, blah blah blah, and he'll change from the little Mexican bow tie to a red, white, and blue bow tie.
Yeah, I'm going to go Del Rio because as I said when we were viewing the tag team title match, I see Dolph Ziggler cashing in soon.
Yeah.
And I don't see him giving the belt to Swagger just to take him off just as quick. I think Swagger's in trouble after WrestleMania. I think the drugs things have not been forgot about. It's just that they weren't going to touch him around WrestleMania time.
Yeah. So.
No, I made a statement on the Raw review show and I like to establish what I meant by that. I think this WrestleMania will be awesome. Why? Because everyone thinks it's going to be shit. And like last year, WrestleMania got blew up because everyone was like, God, they have a great card. Everyone is saying this is a shit card. But come on, look at the card, really. Miz and Barrett could have a good match. Fandango might shock a lot of people. Ryback Mark Henry will be a good slugfest. Swagger Del Rio could put out a good wrestling match. You could have a good match between Triple H and Brock if they just decide to fight each other. The tag team match could be entertaining. I know this is a lot of coulds. But you could go the other way, saying that everyone is saying it's going to be shit. That it could be shit, but it could be good as well because these are good matchups, Brian.
Yeah. We'll see in 3 days.
Well, let's take the guessing game now. Match of the night will be...
Taker Punk.
Yeah, I'm going to go Taker Punk as well. Worst match of the night will be... this is not including the 8-person tag.
Fandango, Jericho.
You don't think Fandango will rise to the occasion?
No. But they're not giving them enough time. Because you know they're going to have the stupid little, say my name, blah, 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 and they'll probably have something stupid where Jericho beats Fandango with a roll-up after like a minute and a half.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the 6-person. I'm going to go for the Shield against the 3 fucking dopes. Because honestly, I can see 3 of them in their big finishers on the Shield, and the Shield would still be trying to act menacing, but everyone would be like, dude, you got your ass handed to you at WrestleMania. That has been our WrestleMania preview. As I said, this could be a good WrestleMania. I hope it is, because WWE has gone to shit. Hopefully they will pull a good WrestleMania out. Personally, I don't see it happening, but I think it could happen.
Yeah.